What is going on, IF Warriors? So I'm simply doing this video to talk about my colleagues, so to speak, on here on YouTube, the fitness gurus that are not touching this new intermittent fasting study, not even with a 10-foot pole. They don't want to talk about it, and I'm confused as to why. I did my video, the video went up. The study has been out since October of this year. It is a metabolic chamber study, so that is the highest possibility and rigor that you can construct when it comes to a study. It's a randomized crossover design using each of the participants that were there. The 16 men, lean, healthy men, were used for both the fed portion of it and the fasted portion, which elevates its potency, because now we're not looking at different body types. We're looking at the same body type that deals with being fed versus the same body type dealing with being in a fasted state. So I'm wondering, because there's so much integrity in the fitness landscape, especially on YouTube. I would imagine that something as powerful as a metabolic chamber study, where the participants cannot even go home for 60 hours times 2, as they do a fed portion and a fasted portion, where their activity is being recorded live, their energy expenditure is being recorded live, right? So I'm very curious as to know why no one wants to touch this. Nobody on TikTok wants to touch it. Nobody on, any of the news channels, CBS News doesn't want to touch it. None of the fitness YouTubers on YouTube don't want to touch it. Nobody wants to touch it. Why not? It's a very powerful study. It is going to help if you interject this into the fitness zeitgeist, because people will get a better understanding of what can happen when you're fasted versus what can happen when you're fed. Just in case you don't know, it's the study that I put out last week, Wednesday of last week, talking about intermittent fasting and what happens when you're eating at a normal clip versus when you're fasting. And this was a metabolic chamber study, and they looked at the participants. Although the energy expenditure and the energy intake was the same, so calories were the same essentially, the fasted group in the same time frame lost way more body fat. Way more body fat was oxidized in the fasted group versus the fed group, even though the calories were the same. So I'm confused. I am confused. I want to know, why are we not talking about this? Why are we not talking about this more? Why is fitness, social media fitness, not talking about this? They only want to jump on the studies that say, hey, look, intermittent fasting doesn't work, which is another thing that is grossly incorrect. When they say it doesn't work, insinuates that when you use it, nothing happens. But really what they want to say from the study that they're referencing, saying that it doesn't work, and this is to all of the people that put these big titles to get the clicks, even CBS News and all these people that say it doesn't work. Those studies that you're using to claim that it doesn't work are not saying that it doesn't work. It's saying that it doesn't do anything different to calorie restriction alone, but it is the same. You get the same results if you use intermittent fasting or calorie restriction based off of those specific studies. But this study shows a difference. This study shows a fat loss difference. Why is no one talking about it? So this is just my public service announcement real quick, coming on here today to talk about that study, and hoping that some of you guys share this video or that video, more specifically that video, so that they can see the breakdown of that study. And there's the link to that study in that video, and they can go ahead and look at the study themselves and make a determination, right? Make a video on it. because I want to see everybody's perspective. I want to see everybody give their 2 cents on this study. So please share the video as much as you possibly can. Hopefully we get a bunch of people talking about it, but I highly doubt it, because it's always agenda based, right? This study is just too off of the agenda line for people who don't want to promote intermittent fasting in any capacity and actually are negative towards intermittent fasting to put it up there and put it and show it to their audience. But you could always hope. Until next time, guys. Peace out.